I know. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, I am Aubrey from the Rod Squad, last name Rodriguez. We are gonna be in the kitchen today. I'm gonna be whipping up some food prep type of things. I actually don't do a whole lot of dinner, like meal prep. I more so do just food prep for breakfast and lunch and some like random snacks throughout the day because kids are always hungry, husbands are always hungry, I'm always hungry. So I always like to have really easy, healthy food around. And I find that if you have healthy choices, available, that you're much more likely to make those healthy choices than to grab a packaged processed food or run through a drive-thru somewhere. So let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna show you my little cheat for food prep. I would love to make a printable for you guys, but I don't even have a printable yet. But basically, I have my ongoing list that I'll occasionally add to of things that I like to meal prep. And then I write over here for that week what I'm wanting to do in kind of the order that makes the most sense so that I can optimize my time. So all that to say, I keep little very simple handwritten recipes in here that are recipes that I use on a very regular basis. And then I already have them sectioned off today, which ones that I am going to be making so that I can just read my recipe on the back and then put it right back in here when I'm done. You see that? He is putting in the fan, the exhaust fan, because our exhaust actually broke a while back and it gets really hot and it's summer. And he's like, do you have to cook in the middle of the day? And I'm like, yes, I have to feed the family. So he likes it, but just not when it's actually heating up the house. So this is just lentils and I'm gonna soak these. I'm just getting those ready. They're not for tonight's dinner, they are for tomorrow's dinner. So I'm just getting those ready. Just putting 3 cups of lentils in here. I'm gonna cover them with water and let them sit overnight. And then I'm gonna strain them in the morning and then I'm gonna let them sprout because that just kind of opens up more nutrients and also makes them more easily digestible. So that's just a really easy little trick to do there. And then I'm gonna make mayonnaise, which I've done for y'all before. I've got boiled eggs going. That is pretty much an always situation. I really like having boiled eggs on hand, whether it's just a grab and go snack, or I've recently started eating the avocado toast with sauerkraut and sliced boiled eggs. We tried that the other day and it was really, really good. So I liked that too. But I am gonna whip up some mayonnaise because today I'm also gonna make some salmon pasta salad and it needs mayonnaise and I am out. So I'm gonna do the mayonnaise first so that I can then make the pasta salad. All right, mayonnaise is again like the easiest thing. And if you want further instructions, definitely go check out my other food prep video that I did. But while I'm making this today, because I can like make it with my eyes closed now, on Facebook, on my newsfeed, like my reminder from like Time Hop or whatever, like popped up and it was of me like 2 years ago. And I was huge pregnant and I was barefoot. And my tagline was like, hashtag, when am I not barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen? Well, I am here to say I am not pregnant. However, I am still barefoot in the kitchen. So I do love to cook. I would say Guillermo and I are very stereotypical, like just the way it happened. He's over here like doing plumbing, I don't know, fixing a sink. And I'm gonna cook all the meals. So he always says he'll take care of 1, 2, 3 if I can take care of ABC. And that's just kind of how our family rolls. I think I would much rather change a bunch of dirty diapers than stick my hand in a clogged garbage disposal. So we just kind of give each other high fives in our areas of expertise. And one day I'll have him cook for y'all because he's pretty hilarious. But as a general rule, I kind of stick with the kitchen sort of things and he does a lot of housework because the other day I was trying to use the power drill and I do want to learn how to do it, but it is much harder than it looks, guys. I don't know if he ever feels that way. If he, like the first time he ever used the Vitamix, maybe he felt like this is difficult to use, but I was really struggling. But it is what it is. He's gonna fix the sink and I'm gonna make all the food. So here we go. Sour cream. Oh no. Can you go look another fridge? Look around. Okay, so I am going to be making this really delicious salmon pasta salad. So while my pasta noodles are boiling, I'm gonna mix everything else up in as a big silver bowl. And then I will pour the hot noodles, mix it up, and put it right in the fridge. So that is what we're gonna work on here. Unfortunately, I'm supposed to have sour cream, and we just ate the rest of our sour cream at lunchtime. So I'm gonna substitute that for Greek yogurt. One of the things I think really helps us stay on a good budget is that I just kind of use what we got. So if you are out of something that a recipe calls for, feel free to like Google search it. What can you substitute it for? Use your own creativity and really try to think outside the box so that you don't have to go to the store for like one specialty item. For instance, even in this pasta salad, it's supposed to have purple onions. I don't have that. I'm just gonna use a regular onion. It's supposed to have bell pepper. I don't have that right now. I'm gonna chop up celery. Like, it's pasta salad. You can really throw whatever in there. I will link the original recipe below in the description box. It's delicious that way, but feel free to sub out any veggies that you don't have. And I will let y'all know, I'm hoping that with the regular Greek yogurt that it's gonna taste just as good as when I made it with sour cream, but we shall see. Okay, so I put 2 cups of mayonnaise, and now we're going to put a cup of the Greek yogurt. I lost my spoon. Boo! And we are going to, the sauce consists of those 2 items, as well as Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of sugar, salt, pepper, and garlic. And we just mix all that up together, and that's what gives this pasta salad the really yummy, creamy consistency that it has. Your glory, worthy Jesus. All right, so I'm also trying to get rid of some carrot pulp that I have left over from juicing. So I'm just gonna show y'all some ways that I incorporate that. I really hate wasting stuff. I love fresh juice though. So me and the kids made like carrot apple juice the other day, and I'm left with all this carrot pulp. So I'm actually gonna throw some in with the pasta salad because I don't feel like it's gonna change the flavor, and we'll see how it goes. Last thing for the pasta salad is canned salmon. I've been really trying to get omega-3s and probiotics in our diet, opposed to taking like supplements. And so this is one of the recipes that I found that we are really loving, that I will probably make every other week or so. All right, really random and simple hack of being really fast. I totally dropped a can. Whoop. Okay, anyways, this top makes it significantly faster than having to use a can opener. So if you're gonna be buying canned and you can find one that's equal in quality but has an easy open top, it'll save you a bunch of time. So there's a little tip. All right, there we go. I don't know about the taste yet because it really needs to be in the fridge, but the carrot I think at least makes it look really pretty. And I got these awesome bowls with lids at Costco, and I super duper love them. All right, guys, I am about an hour in. I started this at the beginning of both the little babies' naps, and I think I hear Micah moving around. So I'm kind of in like super hyper speed over here. I'm about to start some banana bread. Then I am going to go ahead and make some muffins. And then I think the last thing on my list is overnight oats and hummus. So the banana bread, if you want that recipe, I have a whole video about it, so definitely check that out after this so that you can get the full recipe. It's really easy, it's gluten, it's dairy free. It's not vegan because it has eggs, but I'm sure you could use a flax egg. I've just never tried it. In this particular recipe, I've used flax eggs and plenty of other things, but it's really, really simple. So here's my first one. I just did the banana with the chocolate chip. And then with the second one, I believe I'm gonna put some walnuts in it. So I really like banana nut bread. Some of the kids, that's not their favorite. I don't really know why, but it's really, really simple. I like blender recipes because, again, I hate dishes. So anything that I can do really easily in a blender and then just wash it up after is perfect. So I use the blender already for the drinkable yogurt. I'm using it for the bread. I'm gonna wash it out. I'm gonna use it for the hummus. And then I'm gonna be done with the Vitamix for today. All right, let me show you all the glorious mess. We've got broken egg shells. We've got dirty spoons, a bunch of banana peels, the walnuts left out, and I cannot find the lid to the apple cider vinegar. So I'm hoping that as I clean all this up, I do try to clean as I go, but this is where we're at right now. I'm hoping as I clean it up, I'll find that stinking lid. Gonna put the bread in the oven. Look who joined me. Oh yes, little Micah woke up from his nap, so he's gonna join me in the kitchen, right? So I am about to get started on my pumpkin zucchini muffins, and I like to double, triple, quadruple recipes. Today I'm just gonna double it because that's all the zucchini I have. But it's honestly, it's not that much more work to make extra. So if you have freezer space, then I definitely encourage you, as you're meal prepping, just do it twice. Because a lot of things last really good, especially baked items, whether it's like banana bread or different muffins. I've got a batch of like some regular pancakes in the fridge that I just store them in a container with some paper towels between them so they don't stick together. But I like to cook once and eat multiple times, and so if you can ever do that, then it's really great. So I'm gonna get started on these so that when the banana bread comes out of the oven, I can just put these in the same hot oven.
Shake it, baby. Everybody shake it, baby.
The girls helped me get the muffins ready, and there was extra batter. I went ahead and put it in a loaf pan. We're gonna see how that cooks up. I'm hoping it cooks up the same. And meanwhile, I'm about to go make some hummus. All right, look who got a little cranky in his bumbo. So he's gonna join me with the hummus making. All right, I also got these pita chips the other day at Costco because they were on sale, and with the intention of making hummus, and I haven't yet, so here we are. Hummus is super easy to make at home. You just need a couple things. You need some garbanzo beans, some olive oil, cumin, limes, salt. That's really about it. There are ways you can make it with tahini. I like it with tahini. I just don't have any right now. So as you can see on my recipe card, I just have a version with tahini and a version without tahini. And you can also add in like jalapenos and cilantro if you want a different style of hummus. But today, I'm just gonna do plain old hummus. It is important that as you're blending it up, you put all the liquids on bottom. That way it is blended up nice and smooth. It also is rather thick, so I use the tamper that comes with the Vitamix to just push everything down and make sure it's nice and blended. Super yummy. I had started the chicken broth in the Instapot very first thing at the beginning of the food prep. If you want more information about that, make sure and see my video. Alrighty, so muffins are out. The last bread pan is in the oven, and I'm about to make my favorite thing for you guys. I really love oatmeal, and I like it all sorts of ways. But my favorite way is bulk style overnight oats. So overnight oats are really cutesy, and they're in their little mason jars, and you can find all these recipes on Pinterest. However, that was not practical for my family. If you are going to work and you need to grab a jar on the way, like definitely store it in the mason jars. But if you're like me and you're trying to feed multiple people at the same time, then I actually used the bowl that I typically use for that pasta salad. So I'm gonna try to squeeze it in this little dish. We're gonna see how it goes. I might have to switch bowls, but we're gonna go for it. So I'll post this recipe down below in the description box. It's really, really easy. You just mix it all together, you put it in the refrigerator, in the morning it's ready to go. We like to eat it cold. You can heat it up, but it tastes delicious cold. So here we go. A round of applause. Anyways, it has been exactly 3.5 hours since I started, but everything is done. Granted, the sink is a total disaster. We're gonna work on that later. And obviously I had my stops. I nursed a baby. I did the mommy things to do, change some diapers, all that. So there were a lot of interruptions, but it feels so good to know that all of that food is ready for my family for the rest of the week. And some of it can be frozen to last even longer, and I'm just really, really excited. I think a lot of times it's hard to make good choices when there's a bunch of junk laying around. So this definitely helps me always be able to offer the kids a healthy snack, as well as have something healthy for myself and Guillermo. And I love prepping breakfasts because I've mentioned before, I'm not the biggest morning person. So having something that I know is just pull out, like just grab it and serve it, is really, really helpful to keep me on track and to keep our whole day flowing smoothly. So that is really beneficial. I also wanted to mention that I only do a really big food prep day like this probably once every 2 weeks, because I do tend to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, which it's kind of like a hobby of mine. But let's say I'm making dinner and I'm waiting on pasta to boil for 11 minutes. Sometimes I will just whip up some mayonnaise real fast, or I'll boil some eggs alongside something else. So sometimes I sprinkle those food prep type things in when I'm already in the kitchen, and I just try to maximize my time. If something has to bake or if something has to boil, then I'll use that time really quickly to go make something else. So usually it takes about 2 weeks for like everything to be like where we have no easy food left, and then I'll do a big day like this. But don't let this overwhelm you. Don't think that this is something that I do every single week, because it is not. But when you have the time, if you can find the time or make the time, it's really, really beneficial that you can just have things readily available and you don't have to put any more like brain effort into it, and that definitely helps a frazzled mama like me. So I hope y'all like this. If you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to know how I actually do dinner meal prep or meal planning, because not really prep, it's more planning, let me know in the comments and I would love to show y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.